How long does a car take from Mombasa to Kampala? What does it go through? Does it even get to Kampala safely in one piece? I decided today, since we have a car that's arrived at Mombasa, I decided to take you on this journey. The car will have, I'll take you shortly and you'll see the car. So we want to see what does the car go through from Mombasa to Kampala. Is it worth it? Is it safe? Is it even possible? Well, let's see. One of the things you'll notice quickly about Mombasa is that it's a traveler's city and everybody sort of is on the move, and a lot of business starts after 9 a.m. for the locals. One of the things that will save you time and money is having a reliable agent on the side of Mombasa. And so after having a wonderful breakfast, we got all the paperwork sorted by our agent in Mombasa, and it was time to head to the yard where the car is parked to get it ready to go to Kampala. Documents are being verified by the CFS, or where the car is parked, the officers, and finally the car was released. So I am here in Mombasa to pick up this car, and I thought I'd bring you along to give you an idea of what exactly does the car go through when it leaves Mombasa. Will it actually make the journey? Can it make the journey? We're doing the necessary checks, getting clear with the paperwork, and then we're going to take this car on the trip from Mombasa to Kampala. Some of the necessary checks include checking the lights, making sure all of them are working, checking all the suspension parts and all the bushes, making sure the wipers are working, because all these things are necessary to make sure your journey is smooth and consistent without any hiccups along the way. How far do you think Mombasa is from Kampala? Let me know in the comments. When a car has just come from Mombasa, you'll notice that it has got that grey dust. That dust is actually from the sea. And on top of the sea dust, there's also the dust in Mombasa, which is not brown like the dust in Uganda. After a number of checks, we all agreed and decided that the car required minor service before it took that long trip to Uganda, since the previous owner in Japan had probably missed a few service details. Now, before the car leaves Mombasa, a tracking device is installed by the Revenue Authority, and this tracking device enables them to track the car and make sure that it doesn't change any route and goes to the country of its destination. And this therefore requires that if you need to do anything on the car, whether servicing or anything, you need to request, so that when the car is taken to another direction, you are not followed by the police. That's a very helpful thing that the government does to make sure that your car doesn't get lost. The distance from Mombasa to Kampala is a whopping 1,143 kilometers, and it definitely requires an experienced driver to make it successfully. Being a major route for all goods coming into the landlocked countries of East Africa, you are met with thousands of trucks carrying goods of all kinds from all parts of the world. I accepted the challenge to drive from Mombasa to Nairobi, and it was quite an experience for me. A question you might ask is, was it safe driving at night? Well, a quick answer to that is yes, because I was with the agent who was also going to drive the car, and also the legendary Josh Simbi. And so we were pretty confident that we were quite secure. Now, the road between Mombasa and Nairobi is so busy, whether night or day, so it would be difficult to find somebody to ambush you on the way, because anyway, the road along the journey from Mombasa to Nairobi, national parks, you find that there are all kinds of wild environment outside, that it would be quite unsafe for somebody to stand outside to be ready to take you down. I personally enjoyed the adaptive headlights of the Pajero, which kept turning towards the direction that this car was being steered to, and helped very, very well with the vision while driving at night. The journey from Mombasa to Kampala is a long journey that a car will take. Think of it like the birth process of a child. It's determined a lot by the strength of the unborn child. The child needs to be healthy in order to successfully be born. The car has to be in a good condition. It must not malfunction. After a long 7 hours drive, I was super exhausted. I handed over the duty of driving to the agent and I was out. I opened my eyes and it was a beautiful morning sun, and we were past Nairobi on the approach towards Uganda. Respect these drivers. The journey is long for sure, and the car being a machine, it can do it, but the driver of the machine needs to drive it well, because the roads in some places will require slower speeds. It's a good test for the roadworthiness of a car, because the shocks will be at work, the brakes will be at work, the tires, the engine, the gearbox. This conclusively also is the very reason why, if you buy your car from a bond or even ship it in, don't just drive that car, service it fully, or at least get a qualified engineer to have a look at it. Unless you bring your car in by air, every car you see on our roads has taken this journey, and almost 100% have been driven.
If you overtake on that yellow line, Immediately to you overtake.
Just come, let us.
Driving license, documents, cars documents. If you hear those things, you are in jail.
It felt so good to be back home after crossing the border and dealing with all the paperwork. Journey continued all the way to Kampala safely. Now, what's the meaning of all this? If your car is a luxurious car with a lot of stability technology to keep it flat or soft on the road, you will need to be confident in the condition of those modules before it takes a journey of 1,143 kilometers of mostly smooth but some uneven terrain. The Mitsubishi Pajero is a very underrated SUV, and I believe it's a matter of time that these cars' prices will be in the ranges of the Defenders, because the car is such a versatile, robust vehicle, and the production stopped in 2019. This engine, the diesel engine, the 4M41, is an engine that is unmatched in terms of power, reliability, and the ability to just keep going. In addition to that, if you have already spent over $50,000 to purchase your car, it wouldn't hurt to spend another $2,000 just to have it carried. Having your car carried is the ideal method to get any car to Uganda. It wouldn't make so much sense though to you or the dealer if your car costs 25 million and you have to pay another 5 to 8 million for transport alone. If you like this video, do let me know in the comments, and please subscribe. Also, share this content to help us get to 2,000 subscribers.